Hey everyone, my name's HarryAtomic and it's Thursday, which is not Wednesday, and we're in an echoey, like all green backgrounded room, so it's not the old game room, so really it can only kind of get better from here. Anyways, we're having community day one day late this week, so let's get into the video. So an explanation for the green background first of all, what this is this is actually the wall of my brand new game room. I've moved house in the last 2 weeks, so everything is just falling down around me at the minute. But I've at least got one green wall. Now the handy thing about a green wall is that I can do the video anywhere. I mean, it'll still sound rubbish, but I could do a video in a field or on the moon. I'll just leave it green. You guys can like add your own backgrounds if you want. It'll be like an interactive video. Oh, it'll be class. Imagine we did that from now on. So this week's community day question comes from Gamepad, who asks whether or not I have experience with the original Xbox and if I collect for it. Now I don't actively collect for the original Xbox. I'm just trying to kind of bite off a more manageable chunk by just going for Xbox 360. I think that's the only time the Xbox 360 library has been classified as manageable. But I pick up Xbox games if I see them and they're cheap enough and I might like them, but I'm a wee bit more selective about my Xbox collection. Now, as far as original Xbox goes, I didn't really get on the original Xbox at the time. It was something I kind of discovered a wee bit of later. Whenever it came out, I had a PlayStation 2. It was bought to me by my parents, and I didn't really have the money to support a library for two consoles, especially two consoles that had very similar games. So the Xbox just completely flew under my radar. I really got into Xbox whenever the 360 came out, and I got my first 360 after my Wii got stolen. It still hurts. Still miss that Wii. It's been like 10 years. I need to get over it. Now that's not to say that I don't have any experience playing the original Xbox. In fact, what I've decided to do today to answer your question about my experience with the original Xbox is to tell you about my first ever experience playing the console. Now, a lot of people probably have a similar kind of story to this, although I'd imagine it's going to get out of hand pretty quickly. But the first time I ever played the original Xbox was on a demo kiosk, and it was in my local video game store. I'll not name it, but it's a local game store. Now this happened on a Friday night. Now usually what happened whenever I was like 15, 16 on a Friday night, what we used to do was go to this wee small kind of like hall slash place where kids go to listen to bands play called The Nucleus. Now it used to be on between 8 and 10. It was like one of these like no alcohol, like young people kind of event things. It was loads of fun. There was so many good bands playing. So that was like everybody did that on a Friday night. And it was just round the corner from this game store. And this particular day, I was uptown with a friend, and we were just kind of hanging out, just being a nuisance, hanging out uptown. And we went into this game store, and we saw the Xbox kiosk. I was like, what's that? That's a company that make Windows. Why have they got a games console? What's this all about? I hadn't heard of it before. I didn't know what was going on. So, being a curious lad, I wander over to this kiosk. I'm like, what's that? What's this game? Halo? So me and my friend decide, well, we've got like 2 hours to kill until the Nucleus starts, so what we'll do is we'll just stand here and play this Halo game. It's 2 players, there's 2 controllers, the big Duke controllers, you know, the big massive things. They were there, we were like, yeah, let's just play this. And the manager was floating about. Now, it was just the manager on, as far as I can remember. I don't think there was anyone else. But the manager was just kind of standing watching us, and we tried to be nice. I said to the manager, like, hey manager, if we're being like a nuisance or we're being annoying, just tell us to leave, but we're not going to buy anything, we're just here to play Halo on the Microsoft Windows box. He was cool about it. He was just like, yeah, work away. It was a Friday night. Now Friday nights in this particular game shop were just completely dead. Like no one buys video games on a Friday night. It's just one of those things that like everyone buys them on a Saturday, everybody buys them during the week, but on a Friday night everybody's out partying, having a good time. Nobody's buying Halo. Nobody cares. So we were standing having a great old time. We were playing co-op. We were killing grunt enemies using this big controller that was like the biggest thing we'd ever held. Like our hands were tiny, we had to hit the buttons, like it was huge. It was, oh, my goodness. And so anyways, we spent a good at least an hour and a half on there. So it was like half an hour until like the Nucleus was starting, but it was so good. We were enjoying Halo. We were like, this is great, I love this game. It's like we're like we're in like a warthog, and like I'm in the back like mowing down boys in the boy. My friend was driving, and he was like flying all about. It was so much fun. And he was like, let's just skip the Nucleus. Let's just stay here and play Halo. So I just said, yeah, why not? I mean, I've been to the Nucleus tons of times, but I've never played Halo. Let's just do that. So we're standing. It's getting close to closing time. We're still playing. And these 2 guys come in and they're wearing like full Adidas tracksuits. They've got like the peaked caps on that are all like bent at the front. They're just like mean looking dudes, and one of them has like an Xbox game in his hand and he's not happy. So he wanders up to the counter with his box. Now we're standing like at the kiosk, which is right beside the door to kind of catch your eye. We're standing just kind of playing, just kind of over to the side, kind of checking out what's going on. And the guy goes up to the counter and he goes, I want my money back on this game. And the manager goes, no, that's not store policy. We can't just give out refunds on games. If you bought it brand new, then we can't return it. It's like you can't take off plastic. But he said you can trade it in, and he gave him a trade-in price, and the guy just said, nope, no, I want my money back. And so the manager just played along and asked, like, why do you want to bring it back? Like, what's the problem? Is it broke or something? Like, trying to kind of help the dude out. And the guy just says, I don't like it. I didn't like the game. And then the manager just said, nope, we can't. If you don't like the game, you can't bring a game back. Like, that's just not how it works. It's like tough. You know, trade it in if you don't like it. That's what trade-ins are for. Now, this guy and his friend were not happy. All of a sudden, like, they start getting really mouthy. Like, I'm gonna beat your head in. Like, it starts like it's about to get violent. Like, we're still standing over here, like, playing Halo. So the manager, like, he must have had like a bad day, and he just came out and just said, like, right, that's a get out of my shop. Now we're still freaking out. We're like, hey, what happened with this? Like, this thing's pretty big. And the manager just comes around and just explodes on the guy. He just completely knocks his hat off, like punches him right in the face. The guy falls down. He pushes the other dude. The dude falls over like a gondola or something. He's like lying on the floor. So the manager goes over and like grabs one guy and like lifts him up. And now this manager, he like wasn't big. He was like a wee tiny guy. He didn't look like he could beat up anyone, but he's got like this dude held, and he grabs the other dude and he like lifts that dude, and he's just like, you guys get out of my shop. We're still playing Halo. We're like, okay, it's fine. He grabs these two guys and he just walks them out to the door. Like, the two guys are like swinging. They're going for it. They're like trying to beat him up. This guy's like, he's ducking and diving. He's still got a hold. He fires them out. Now this game shop is inside like a shopping center. So you're not really throwing them out of the shop. You're just throwing them out of like the commercial unit. Like, you're still throwing them like into the center. And so one of the security guards, one of the mall security guards, he's like a house. The guy looks like Kingpin from like Spider-Man. You know that new Spider-Man movie? Like, Kingpin's just a gigantic block of a human. That's what this guy looked like. So he comes over and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And he just grabs the two guys. He starts beating the head of them, throws them out of the shopping center. These guys, like, they get their game thrown at them. They're not returning their game. They can't trade it in. So this wee manager, this wee small guy, and this big Kingpin looking dude just beat up these two guys. We're still playing Halo. We're looking over our shoulders. We're like, man, this is mad here. This co-op, this stuff is insane. So the manager comes back in. It's like close to closing time now. We just seen him single-handedly beat the head of two guys and throw them out. We're thinking like, oh man, like, we're gonna get kicked out. And like, this guy really kicks people out. So we end up saying to the guy, like, is it okay? Like, we're gonna pack up, we're gonna head on, it's fine. And he just comes out and goes, it's okay, guys. He like pulls down the shutter, he like locks it. We sit there, we play Halo with him for like another like 2 hours. It's brilliant. It connects on our controllers, like showing us multiplayer and all. It's great. So yeah, that was my first ever experience with the Xbox, was seeing like these guys get their heads kicked in, and we played Halo with the manager of the game shop after the game shop had closed, and he like kicked our ass in multiplayer because I'm not gonna kill the guy that just beat up two guys and threw them out of a shop. What am I, insane? Anyways, that was my completely like tangent, like shoehorned in community day answer for like my past with the original Xbox. I hope that this video turns out okay. I'm currently standing echoing inside this room, and it's just not finished. Like, that wall needs painted. There's no furniture in here. There's boxes everywhere. Games are just piled all over. It's just horrible. But I'm gonna get a game room together. I have some plans for the game room. I can't wait to show you guys. Like, I hope it works out great. I can't wait to do like game room tours, show you guys like how it's all set up. We're gonna be streaming in here. We're gonna be making videos on here. It's gonna be loads of fun. But I'm gonna try and stick to making like my 3 videos a week as I usually do. I've kind of been using the house move as an excuse to kind of fall off the wagon a bit, but we gotta get back on, you know? We're closing in on that 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I can't wait. It's just, oh, it's gonna be so good. There's gonna be like 1,000 of us. We're gonna be all talking about Xbox. It's gonna be so much fun. But anyways, thank you all for watching this video. If you liked this video, or probably if you liked any of the other videos, because this one's a wee bit haphazard, then make sure to get subscribed. I do 3 videos a week. One on Saturdays where we just round up the week's Xbox news. One on Mondays where we just do like a general Xbox video. And then one on Wednesdays, usually Wednesdays, where I take a question from you guys and talk about it. We just kind of have a bit of fun. Also, if you want to get involved with like the Xbox 360 360 or the Xbox community, then the best place to do so is on the Xbox 360 Hub Discord. It's a super active Discord. It's got tons of people talking about Xbox all the time. It's loads of fun. So make sure to dive in and just chat with everybody, have some fun, just get involved. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.